Hello and welcome back to Free Spirit Yoga. I am Sally and today is day 13 of the Samaritans 30-day yoga challenge. Now today we're coming back to look at drawing our focus inwards, also known as withdrawing our senses. This is called Pratyahara in yoga, and it is part of the 8 limbs of yoga, which are one of the most common systems of yoga. The first 2 are yama and niyama, which are moral codes and restraints. The third is asana. The fourth is pranayama, the breathing practice, and the fifth is pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. Quite often in the modern yoga world, asana is seen as an end in itself, and it's not at all. It's very much a means to an end, and that end is samadhi, which is the yoga equivalent of the Buddhist nirvana, enlightenment, etc. So today, as I said, we're going to be looking at Pratyahara. Now, traditionally for Pratyahara practice, you would just sit in a meditative position. But I find for a lot of people, that's including myself, it's very difficult just to sit and withdraw the senses. So you're very much distracted by the inner dialogue that's going on in your mind, or you suddenly start to notice things that are going on around you that you didn't notice before. So we're going to practice a very simple asana practice. We're going to move between these asanas, or practice these asanas with our eyes closed, so that we're withdrawing our visual sense information. And I want you to focus on your third eye. We talked about this last week. This is the space between the eyebrows. So we're focusing on that internally. Our eyes are closed. And try to focus on your breath, the sensations that you feel in your body. Now, because if I'm talking to you the whole time, you're going to be using your hearing, your one of your sense information. I'm going to just go through which asanas we're going to practice. They're all asanas that you've practiced regularly throughout the last 12 days. And then I'm going to leave you to just practice those asanas with your focus turned inwards, focusing on your breath, focusing on the sensations that you're feeling in your body until we come to the end of the session, and I'll tell you that it's time to end. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to begin in a seated position, and we're going to practice the pranayama, the breathing practice we practiced in this session last week, which is the Brahmari breath, the humming bee breath. Remember, this is where we block off the ears, we close the eyes, and we make that humming sound as we exhale. So we're going to practice that 3 times, and then we're going to come on to the asanas that we're going to practice. It's just 3 asanas that we're going to move between, hold with our eyes closed. I will talk you through what we're going to do first of all, and then as I said, I'll leave you to practice those, and then I will tell you when it's the end of the session. We'll finish in Savasana, in relaxation. Okay, so beginning with Brahmari breath. So bringing your fingers to your ears, inhaling through your nose, close your eyes, and exhale with humming bee breath. Breath 2. And final breath. Keeping your eyes closed for a few moments, focusing on your breath. Now I'm just going to introduce you to what we're going to do throughout the practice. It's 3 asanas, my good old favourite cat-cow, followed by puppy pose, followed by downward facing dog. And we're just going to come between those asanas. We're going to do 5 rounds of cat-cow. We're going to then hold puppy pose for 5 breaths, come into downwards facing dog, hold downwards facing dog for 5 breaths, come back to cat-cow, 5 rounds of cat-cow, and then 5 breaths in puppy, 5 breaths in downwards facing dog, and we're just going to cycle through those, keeping your eyes closed, keeping your focus on your breath, on your third eye, on the sensations you feel in your body. If you feel your attention start to wander, then bring your attention back to the breath, back to the third eye. Just refocus the attention. Don't get annoyed with yourself. Just let it go. Just let those thoughts go. Okay, so let's just do 1 round together, and then I will leave you to I will be doing it on the video, so if you forget what you're doing, you can just look up and see what I'm doing. Okay, so starting with 5 rounds of cat-cow, closing your eyes. So remember, we're in tabletop position, hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Exhale to cat, rounding your back, looking underneath your belly. Inhaling to cow, dipping your belly, bringing your head up. So another 4 rounds. Okay, now walking your hands forward, keeping your eyes closed, keeping your hips above your knees. Trying to keep your arms as straight as you can, bringing your forehead down to the mat or as close to the mat as you can. Take 5 breaths. Okay, now walking your hands back slightly, tucking your toes under, pushing your bottom up and back into downwards facing dog. Remember, head between your arms, looking up towards your belly button, your heels coming down towards the mat as your bottom is being pushed up to the ceiling. 5 breaths. Okay, now coming back to tabletop position and starting the cycle again. Okay, remember, eyes closed. 5 breaths in cat-cow, 5 breaths in puppy, 5 breaths in downwards facing dog. Every time your attention starts to wander, bring it back to your breath, bring it back to your third eye, back to the sensations in your body. practice one more round. Cat, cow, puppy, down dog. Okay, when you've finished, now we're going to come and lay straight away in Savasana. So coming to lay on your back, your feet slightly apart, about the width of the mat, your arms slightly out away from the side of your body, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Completely relax your whole body. Keep your focus drawn inwards, focusing on your breath, focusing on your third eye. Okay, bringing your feet together, bending your knees, rolling slowly onto one side, keeping your eyes closed. And then still keeping your eyes closed or semi-closed with your gaze soft, just pull yourself up, push yourself up gently to a seated position. We're just going to sit briefly with our eyes closed, our focus on our breath, trying to keep the senses withdrawn. Okay, and slowly opening your eyes. Okay, thank you very much for joining me for day 13 of the Samaritans.
30-day yoga challenge. I hope you had some success in withdrawing your senses, on drawing your focus inwards. Join me tomorrow for day 14. And if you haven't donated any money yet to the Samaritans, please do so by following the links below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Okay, see you tomorrow.